Hi guys, welcome to Shot for Shot. My name is Kurt.
My name is Butter.
And welcome to a review of Rick and Morty Season 3, Episode 8, The Morty's Mind Blowers.
Oof.
Yes, we're on Episode 8 right now,
Yep.
Season 3, and what a season it has been, and now we're kind of on, I'm not going to say lull, we're just kind of on a break episode where...
I mean, the last episode, we got this huge reveal that evil
Yeah.
Morty's out there, and he's taken over the citadel
Yeah.
of the Ricks, and, like, he's really making some moves right now, but
Yeah.
I think we needed this just kind
Yeah.
of, like... Okay, not a spectacular episode.
Just
like
need a little
just
fun break.
A fun little break where we get some goofy little scenes.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
I would say Season 3 has been obviously one of the heaviest seasons out of the 3
Oh,
seasons
yeah,
of Rick and
definitely,
Morty, I would say,
definitely.
if not the most. And we needed a little break. I mean, I remember watching the last week's episode. I mean, obviously, I love the episode. I love what they did with it.
Still one of our favorite
was
episodes.
needed, yeah.
It's
And
still
then-
like it's
but-
probably the highest rated episode too on IMDb.
But at the end of the episode, Rick and Morty come back from the Atlantis. I'm like, oh man, I miss all like the good fun where there's not so much weight in the episodes. I love both, but you know, I think we've had a lot of weight, and
Yeah.
it's fun to have a nice kind of, let's not call it a filler episode, a palate cleanser.
There you go.
Hey.
But hey, maybe we'll get like that awesome adventure they went on down the road because they've been doing like all these cool like little throwbacks every now and then of like old adventures, and like this whole episode was just riddled with just
Yeah. So what was the
So
episode?
pretty much
Yeah, let's
is-
explain for them.
Morty. The episode starts with they found the truth tortoise. They
Truth
found
tortoise.
the truth tortoise
From Sandman.
and they're running from a Sandman-like villain, and then all of a sudden Morty looks into this cute little turtle's face, and it tells him all the truths of the world, and then Morty realizes all the shit that he's forgotten for some reason. So then it turns into Rick tells Morty that, hey, I've actually taken away all your memories, and instead of doing another intergalactic cable
Yeah.
episode, we're going to do Morty's Mind Blowers. So,
Yeah.
and I liked it. I wish...
Yeah, so what it was pretty much is the episode was Morty was strapped to a chair with a helmet on, and Rick would put these crystals in his head and would go over old episodes, well, I guess you could say quote unquote episodes,
Hey, they
old
could be one day.
memories of Morty. And I always thought that's like kind of the cool things about Rick and Morty and the appeal of the show is like it can go anywhere, and they can literally have hundreds of seasons and they could do anything because that's what the show allows them to do.
I mean, that's essentially what it is. But I mean, like we had so many like little like great little moments, and like it starts off like our first one that we get to see is this one about the man in the moon, and it just turns out that it was a smudge.
Yeah, it was just a
on
smudge.
his
I don't
telescope,
like
and
that.
then he
Stupid.
kills the man. It's stupid, but okay, there's some better ones. Okay, it's like
the contact one where Rick and Morty get trapped in like
a collector
like
zoo
person.
cage, and then fun little throwback. You can see the Meeseeks down in the corner
that was
real
cool,
quick.
Yeah, that was cool.
It just-
So like Rick breaks open the TV and then it turns into the movie Contact, where a lady is getting these alien signals and
how to build like the
she's getting
perfect
signal from Rick,
spaceship, how to go
build the perfect-
save
yeah.
these people that she needs, or these intergalactic beings that are like will tell her the future. But then Rick and Morty just say "fuck you" and take take the ship, which it kind of looked like a sand capsule almost. I really
That's
like
cool,
that.
yeah,
I thought that was a cool little design.
There was the one where like Beth like chose Summer to kill, to save and kill Morty really fast.
I always
there was
hate when
the
they show like
squirrel one.
Oh, the squirrel
one
the
was the
squirrel
best
was
one,
probably
yeah.
the best one. Where like Morty like Rick invents a machine that tells him pretty much that he can like talk to animals. Like who doesn't want to talk to their animal? Okay, and then all of a sudden he notices that the squirrels are confiding together to take down the government, the world, essentially.
Yeah, there was some like longer form scenes. There was a lot of like there was some like really quick like scenes like a magnet one where like Morty turns on a magnet.
It was
and a bunch
zip
of like
ties.
redheads come like flying at him. But here's my question: my first problem with doing an interdimensional TV was that I would rather have a solid new episode rather than doing interdimensional, because I felt if they did interdimensional this season, they would pretty much that would have to be a staple now in Rick and Morty. If they stopped this season, that would be fine. They could step away from it, but they kind of did neither of those two things. They still kind of did. They still kind of did a interdimensional TV without doing one. Would you rather have seen an interdimensional TV 3, or would you rather have this episode?
Well, I'd like this because it kind of like filled us in on like why has Morty forgotten all these memories, and all of a sudden you just get to all these access to all these like even like Rick's shitty memories,
Yeah.
But there was like a split second at like a little scene at the end of the episode where they actually showed an intergalactic episode of House
Oh, yeah, that's
Hunters,
great.
and I was like, that was so funny. And yes, it was only like 10 seconds long.
It was only one off.
But
yeah,
it
so
was like,
one.
okay, I miss it. Like this was a good alternative
Yeah.
to, our
Yeah, I would have rather if they were gonna do a random like palate cleanser episode.
Mhm.
Ding. I would have rather
Throwback.
have them just done another interdimensional TV show.
Yeah.
However, that would have made it a staple, and I don't know if I would want to totally see one. I mean, I was talking with AJ about this on the first review, and he was pretty much saying, "Oh, that's like how their Treehouse of Horror," and like they also kind of,
Yeah.
funnily enough, like they brought it up in this episode too, which I thought was cool. I thought they were
Yeah.
very tongue in cheek and very like they broke the fourth wall and like kind of joked on themselves in this episode, but how they were kind of like.
But they even
Wasn't the best.
that was funny. Like even Rick says it. It's like, oh, this is what we're doing instead of intergalactic
Yeah, that's
cable
great.
this season. And I was like, okay, that's pretty funny.
But yeah,
But like we have 2 more episodes left.
Two more episodes,
and
yeah.
like this season, I feel is like, I don't even know, because like that's the one thing about Rick and Morty I love is like all the stories kind of like intertwined.
Yeah.
Yes, this one really wasn't about like the grand scheme of the season, but it was still just like a fun episode, and I feel like we're getting close to the end. And I think like remember, like we still have yet to see Phoenix Person. We still have yet to see what
Yeah.
Tammy and all them are up
I
to.
think we say that every review.
We
like,
do,
still
because
haven't
I want to
seen-
see Phoenix
like,
Person.
That was such a weird, like, giant, like,
Oh, yeah.
setup in episode 1, and they haven't touched on it at all. Not even mentioned, not even anything like that.
But that's my theory is that Rick is planning for something big to come, and like that's where I think all these little things that he's been doing.
so obviously, the next episode is going to be
A
a
Beth and Rick
episode.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you
So-
want the last episode to be? What
So-
are your hopes and expectations?
With that episode, it's like Rick has explained that he created this universe
Mhm.
or this world for Beth to live in. And I'm like, maybe that's his thing. Is like, I'm gonna try to bring everyone here, or make another universe for other people to go to be safe and get away from all these people. Maybe like he's trying to do something
Okay.
big
Okay.
to like make people like him again. Like, because I mean, yes, he still has like his friends, but honestly, he really doesn't. We don't know if Squanchy's alive.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. Squancher. Squanchy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Squanchy.
Squanchy.
Phoenix Person
Yeah.
is now working for the bad guys,
Uh-huh.
and really has Morty. But like Morty's really starting to turn on him now too, because he's really like, I think Morty's tired of his shit.
Well, from right now and the last episode too, I felt like they're in a good spot. The beginning of this season, I thought Rick and Morty were going to be torn apart, and Morty was actually going
Yeah.
to start to fucking hate Rick, and it would develop from there. These last couple episodes really haven't even touched on the actual main characters, Rick and Morty. This one and the one before that.
No, it was just about like the other Rick and
And-
Morty's. Like
Yeah.
honestly, these weren't even. They were just stories of old Rick and Morty's.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
he-
they were a Rick and Morty, but they didn't have much weight in the season 3 story.
Yeah,
I would say,
yeah.
yeah, and they seem happy. Like they went to the Atlantis and they got some mermaid puss, and like
Yeah,
this
hey.
one at the end, they're like, "Fuck
just
you,
love mermaid
Summer.
puss."
Let's go on another adventure." So I was expecting more of that. What I'm hoping for the last episode is
Yes.
obviously he's gonna do a Beth one. And what I'm hoping for the last one is like somehow they have to like go to the Citadel, and like there's a big episode of them like attacking the Citadel somehow or infiltrating it and stopping evil Morty.
Give us a 42-minute episode.
Obviously.
We deserve it.
Oh yeah, I would love
that
that.
that would be cool
Duh.
if like it was an extra long episode. But I still think that we're gonna get answers to a lot of questions.
Yes.
Because we've been slowly getting a few questions answered, but it
I,
hasn't been.
oh,
like,
here's what I think the questions are going to be answered for the last one. I
Yeah.
think we're going to find out who Evil Morty's Rick is,
Yes.
and that's going to carry on to the next season. I don't think there's going to be too much more story progression. I think they're going to tie up all the things that they've kind of opened up,
Yeah.
like what are the biggest ones? Like what is Phoenix Person, what is his job, and like who is Evil Morty and who is his Rick,
Maybe-
and what is our Rick? Yeah.
Maybe another Beth is the leader of the coalition that Tammy and Phoenix Person work for.
Why?
Oh, because I honestly think it's Rick's wife is the leader of the whole.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
bad guys.
You
I am.
said
I
that
swear
since,
to
like,
God.
season 2 or something like that when they first like introduced them. But yeah, we haven't seen his wife.
Nope.
At all. I'm thinking we might see something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because the first
knows?
episode was about Beth, and then the simple
But-
Rick was also about like a memory about Beth, right? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but that was just a different Rick, not
Okay.
our Rick. And that Rick's dead.
Kurt, they're all our Rick. They're all our Ricks.
But yeah, I'm very excited for
Yes.
the end of the season. I'm very excited for the last 2 episodes. I hopefully we don't have to wait long until the next one, but who knows?
We will be there with you, hand in hand,
Every single
brothers
day.
and sisters.
Yes.
So thank you for watching. I was Butter,
I was Kurtz.
and this was our review of Rick and Morty Season 3, Episode 8, Morty's Mind Blowers.
Peace.
Yeah, right. Peace among
I was so
worlds.
over that fucking shit.